how Martin Luther King has inspired me and pushed me forward. I visited DC for the first time this year. I actually went there twice. And I went on this guided tour, and I was the only Black person there on this tour because I was there for a conference. And this guy was taking us to the Lincoln Memorial. And we were going up the steps, not even thinking about it. There's this mark right on the top of the Lincoln Memorial where Martin Luther King stood and delivered his "I Have a Dream" speech. I stood right there and I looked out, and you could see the National Monument off in the distance, and I just imagined, like, wow, he was standing right here delivering his "I Have a Dream" speech in front of hundreds of thousands of people, made no excuse of who he was, what he was about, but he was passionate. And that's what inspired me, is that is just the passion behind it, because I feel like if you lead with passion, that elevates your purpose. All your goals can be accomplished when you're passionate about something. And so whenever I talk about everything that I do, people know immediately that I'm passionate. I didn't grow up as like a leader. I was the one that's quiet, reserved, put my head down to just grind things out. I founded the Utah Black Chamber a little bit before I joined in the banking industry. Someone thought I was a good suitor for the leadership position of taking over the Utah Black Chamber. I strongly disagreed, but over time I realized the opportunity to grow something like the Black Chamber. So I spent 5-6 years really trying to figure it out, and then it started gaining a lot of momentum. And then from 2018 till today, it's, grew by like 500%. I always knew I wasn't gonna run the chamber forever. I didn't want to do that, but I really didn't know what my next step would be. Finally hired someone full-time, did a national search, found someone terrific to lead the organization. So that allowed me to step out of the chamber and focus more on the foundation, which does a lot of the technical assistance and development. So our focus there is really about developing Black Utah. How do we start more Black businesses and provide them with the resources and knowledge and capital for them to grow? And my goal is really just connect the dots. You have a program, well, let's bring that into the Black community or the BIPOC community overall. I love your event. How do we get more people engaged with your event, right? And so that's been my whole mission. We have these allies who want to invest into us, so our goal is like, yes, here's how to do it. Amplify our voice, mentor us, and let's go do it. And then these big companies can see what we're really about. Then hopefully we can drive more philanthropic opportunities our way, even from outside of Utah. A while ago, I thought a Black community leader was just for the Black community, right? And we weren't that big of a deal, so to speak. Like, we just kind of work with our own little ecosystem, and that's just how it is. But in the wake of all that happened within 2020, things dramatically shifted for me. I was so involved in our own community, I didn't realize the influence that we've gained with everybody else in Utah. Because not only are we creating opportunities for our own community, but we're building bridges here. When they see me in the community, I'm not only representing founder of the Black Chamber, I'm not only representing the UAACC Charitable Foundation, I'm representing a Black man in Utah. And what does a Black man look like? How do they act? How do they speak? What do they do? And so it's important for us to still recognize that, like, yes, we're leading out, but we still have to show as the example, because we can defeat a lot of those stereotypes, we can kill a lot of biases, and it allows us to get in a lot of doors and say, you know what, there's more of us. We have so much to give here. We were wrapping up the tour, and we went to the MLK Memorial. And the tour guide mentioned that it was purposely not finished from head down to his toes. So if you look about right by just above the thigh knee area, it doesn't finish his legs. And that was on purpose by the architect that designed that, to say the journey's not over, the work is not done. And so for me, I'm part of that leg to continue to lead with that passion that he instilled into me, right? That vision that he carried out. I was like, yes, he has a dream, and I'm part of that dream to accomplish that right here in Utah.